Hey everybody, so I wanted to make this video for all the people out there like me who are eagerly awaiting the launch and arrival of the new 2015 Audi A3 sedan. So I want to use the website and the brochure that's online to kind of go over some details and specifics on the new Audi A3 and go over some little not so published stuff. So I'm just on the Audi USA website. We're going to start at the beginning here. Going back to the Audi A3, I'll show you how to pull the brochure up first. We're going to go to the A3 and scroll down. It's kind of hiding at the bottom. It's right over here where it says View Brochure. That'll pull that up. And I'm pretty much going to focus on the build and price and go over some kind of differences in how the vehicle's packaged. Again, this is going to be sedan only. The only hatchback we're going to get is the e-tron, which is going to be coming later in 2015. And there's more info on that elsewhere. I'm not going to bother getting into that. But anyway, this is basically how the vehicle is going to be packaged. Cabriolet, diesel, and S3 stuff is not online yet, so I'm going to be focusing just on the normal gasoline sedan. And you'll notice, like most Audis, it's available in 3 trim levels: Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige. And in keeping with Audi tradition, the Premium Plus model is going to be pretty low volume because the Premium Plus is not that much more expensive and you get quite a bit more equipment, and there's not much optional equipment on the Premium. So most people are going to skip over this, go right to here. And the Prestige model is also going to be very low volume because there's very few things that Prestige has that you can't get on a Premium Plus. The Prestige, why you would buy the Prestige is if you want the Audi S-Line appearance package, which is basically front and rear fascia, sport upgrades, and extended side skirts. And you also get full LED headlights if you get the Prestige. The rest of them are all bi-xenon headlights with your standard LED DRLs. Also, the Prestige is the only model available with adaptive cruise control with stop and go and Audi Presense front, which is basically like forward collision warning, as opposed to Audi Presense Basic, which comes standard, and that's just like, you know, belt protectors and stuff like that. So let's just take a quick look at the Premium, and I'll show you how it's set up. The Premium is the only model that's going to have these 17-inch base wheels. It's also important to note there's one glaring omission in the Premium model, which some people might not care about, but I know quite a few people in the luxury market will, and that's the climate controls. You'll notice in the Premium model, it's just manual climate control. You have to get a Premium Plus or a Prestige if you want dual zone auto climate control, which I highly recommend doing, because as you're about to see, there's a couple other things that you can add on the Premium model which comes standard on the Premium Plus, and the pricing is so similar it's really worth it to step your game up to the Premium Plus model. You can also upgrade the wheels too. And that adds $800. So by the time you upgrade the wheels, by the time you add the cold weather package, the aluminum style package to make it look like a Premium Plus, you might as well get the Premium Plus. Because you also get things like, you know, a 12-way power passenger seat and your dual zone climate control. And those are pretty significant features. But the Premium is there as an option. But you'll notice this aluminum style package here, which is $450, upgrades your interior trim. And actually, I'll show you what it looks like beforehand real quick. You'll notice that there isn't much aluminum trim around these vents, and this is like just kind of, it looks like a flat painted silver trim. It doesn't look particularly nice. There's a close-up in the brochure I can show you. But once you add that style package, you get more trim around your vents and stuff. Just kind of makes it look a little bit nicer, look like the rest of the Audi A3 lineup. You'll notice the nav is a little bit cheaper in the Premium model. That's because it doesn't include Audi Connect. I would recommend the nav. I'm pretty sure you get a crappier screen if you don't get navigation in the A3. And in a vehicle where the screen pops out of the dash, you probably are going to want to get the upgraded display so it doesn't look like, you know, something chintzy. Like, for example, the base model in the Mercedes-Benz CLA has a horrible looking screen. This part of the screen on the edge is really fat, and it's small, and it's really ugly. So to avoid that in the A3, I would definitely recommend upgrading to nav if it comes with a premium screen, which I think it does. Now the other thing, just real quick, while I'm still in the build and price, and I'll use the brochure for the rest of it, is just what the vehicles look like. This is the Prestige right here. The first one you see. It has the S-Line package, which has a sportier grille, the side skirts, and a different rear bumper. So I can show you kind of what the Premium looks like without all that stuff. Or Premium Plus, I should say. This is what most A3s are going to look like without the S-Line package. You can see how much better the interior looks with its dual-zone climate controls that come standard in the Premium Plus. And then there's the rear view as well. So I'm thinking with the Premium Plus, if you stick with that model, and these wheels are going to look plenty big enough, because once you start adding the sport sill extensions and stuff, it actually makes the wheels look a little bit smaller. So that's just my opinion. But both options are available. Just remember that the S-Line is prestige only. So now I'm going to move up to the brochure and go over a couple little things about the Audi A3. But I'm going to start with this page on the S3 because we don't really have a lot of US stuff on it, including the 0 to 60 time. And as far as I know, this is the only place the US spec Audi S3's 0 to 60 time is published, and it's rated at 4.7 seconds. Now, we've known for a while that the Golf R and the S3 were rated at 4.90 to 100 kilometers an hour, but there's your 0 to 60 time, which is not 0 to 62. So it's 4.7. And there's a couple other things I want to get to first. One of them is a quick fact about the Bang & Olufsen sound system, which I would recommend over the base audio system. I haven't heard a 10-speaker Audi audio system, but I know the 10-speaker Volkswagen sound system is not particularly good, especially not for a premium vehicle. At least it's not in our 2010 Jetta Wolfsburg. But for $850, I would definitely spring for the Bang & Olufsen audio system. It's a really high-end system. You get 14 speakers in the sedan, 13 in the cabriolet, 705 watts power in the sedan, and 625 in the cabriolet. I'm assuming with the cabrio, just the convertible roof packaging limits how they do the speakers and where they're all placed and stuff in the rear deck and all that kind of thing. So let's start with the interior and exterior stuff. These are your exterior colors. I was kind of hoping for some more high-end colors. I don't know how it's looking on the screen here, but there's just a million shades of gray. Not quite 50 shades of gray, but there's quite a few. And this scuba blue color I think is kind of tacky on an Audi, but that's just my opinion. I was hoping there'd be like a deep, metallic blue or something that would look nice, I think. But anyway, these are the seats. You can add the sport package on the upper two trims, I believe, for maybe you can get it on the premium too. I'll check on the spec screen in a moment. For $550, and upgrade your seats to these. And one important thing about the sport package is on the seats, there's a thigh extension. That alone might be worth upgrading to the sport package for additional seat comfort. This is the trim I had mentioned earlier. This is just really just plain. I'm pretty sure it's just painted silver. This is micro metallic silver inlay, which probably is a fancy way of saying it's fake. But anyway, so this upgraded trim is definitely nice in the upper two trims, and like I said, it's also available on the premium. These are your wheel designs. Base gasoline models 1.8 and 2.0 are just going to be these. Your 17-inch all seasons. TDIs are going to be these. Again, 17-inch all seasons, a little bit different design. And pretty much all the upgraded vehicles are going to come standard with these 18-inch wheels here. You can wrap them in summer tires as well. And these nice-looking 19-inch 5 spokes are going to be summer performance tires only on the upper two gas trims, and they're going to have late availability in the model year. Let's go over some performance data. You'll notice that since this is the US and not Europe or anywhere else in the world, that we have very powerful engine lineups, relatively speaking. Because in the other markets you can get a 1.4 gas engine as base and a 1.6 diesel. Here we have just the overseas market top-of-the-line gas engine as standard and the top-of-the-line diesel engine available, and an even further upgraded engine from the Audi A4 and then the rest of Audi's lineup. And all the Volkswagen stuff, but an Audi tune, it makes 220 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. You'll notice that the 1.8 turbo, for anybody who really cares, is exactly like the 2-liter, except it's just D-stroke. So it's technically the same engine, but you'll notice the stroke is a little bit shorter. So it's the same bore, so the size of the cylinder itself is the same, but it's just D-stroke, makes a little bit less power. That's why the 2-liter certainly has more torque, and it's quite a bit faster. You'll notice the 2-liter is rated at 5.8 seconds, 0 to 60. You'll notice you get a little bit different gearing when you get the The 2-liter, they're listed as differently. And another important thing to notice is anybody who's a suspension junkie will not like the fact that the TDI comes standard with a torsion beam suspension, while the rest of them are 4-link rear independent suspension. Let's see, let's go over here. You can look at the curb weight. You'll see that the all-wheel drive model is about 200 pounds more at 3362. Again, there's not much diesel info over here, so we don't have the curb weight on that. The 2-liter is a little bit heavier, but it is still pretty fast. Looking down here, we have the EPA mileage estimates. You'll see they're pretty good. You'll also notice that the fuel tank in the 2-liter is a little bit bigger at 14.5 gallons. And another thing to point out is that the trunk volume in the sedan is listed at 2.3 cubic feet smaller. You'll see it listed here. I don't know if that's the bigger fuel tank getting in the way or the all-wheel drive coupling, but that is an important thing to note. And while we're on the subject of, actually not while we're on the subject, this is a different subject, but I don't think there's much else to point out in terms of the interior and the way it's packaged. I think I went over everything. Just, again, note that the upper 2 trims come standard with 12-way power seats, as opposed to just the one 12-way power seat in the premium. And I think I went over the Bang & Olufsen audio system already when I was flipping through the brochure, but you'll notice it's just detuned and has a little bit less speakers in the Cabriolet. Again, I'm assuming it's the Cabriolet packaging taking up room. So again, once we get down here to the active safety features, you'll notice that the Prestige is the only one available with adaptive cruise control with stop and go, and the only one with Audi Presense front, which is like your forward collision warning. So that's kind of your overview of the Audi A3 and some packaging differences and how it's kind of set up. So can't wait to check it out in dealerships, and thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you guys later.